Hi everyone, it's Krista and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not new, hi again. So this is my channel. I love to do DIYs on a budget, Dollar Tree DIYs, thrift flips, farmhouse, rustic decor, wreaths, and seasonal decor. So if you like what you see here, you know what to do. Hit that red subscribe button. Also leave me a comment. I love to hear what you guys think. And don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. That helps my channel. You can also follow me over on Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok. And I also have a wreath shop. It's called Krista's Wreath Designs. It's an Etsy shop. I will have all those links down below. Today is all about 5 under $5 challenge. Our hosts are Crafty Cove DIY, Farm Charm Chic, and the co-host this month is Designs by Gladys. More about that in a minute, but first DIY number 1. So DIY number 1, I got these from the Dollar Tree. I had a whole bunch of stripped, like torn fabric, and then this wonderful paper that I found on Amazon, which is super cool. You guys have to check it out. I got it a while back though, and it is like a tissue paper, and it has like dried flowers in it, and it's from Japan. It's called mulberry paper. It's really super cool. I will have the link in my Amazon shop. And also, this is a bunny that I got from Hobby Lobby, which is 40% off right now. So this only costed me $1.50. It might have been a little less, I'm not sure. But so what I did is I painted it with my white chalk paint first, and then I traced it out on this beautiful paper. This is like a tissue paper. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking my thin paintbrush and I'm dipping it in water, and I'm wetting the edges of just a little bit below the line where I traced it out, and then I'm going to just tear it. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because this is like sort of like doing a napkin Mod Podge or a tissue paper Mod Podge. That's basically what we're doing here, but this paper is a little bit thicker, and what it does is it leaves this really cool effect on the edges of the paper, which I like. I mean, you could, very simply just cut it out if you want to. You don't have to do this step. You could skip it altogether. But I did it because I wanted my bunny to look a little fuzzy on the ends. So I thought this was a really cool technique. So I thought I would leave it in and show you guys so you can make up your own mind, how you would like to do it in case you decide to get this paper. It's not expensive at all. And I know this is 5 under 5, but this paper I've had for a while, so I'm not counting it. And you get 65 pieces, so it's way cheaper than I would get to buy one piece of paper or poster board or anything like that, or even sheets of tissue paper at the Dollar Tree. So, and this paper is super cool and fun to work with. So after I get done doing this and tearing all the edges, I am going to, like I said, Mod Podge it onto my bunny. And the only reason why I painted the bunny first was because you could see through this a little bit, this color. So what I did is I made sure that, I had that underneath. So then, like I said, I'm just using my little sponge brush, and I'm smoothing out the Mod Podge, and then we're going to stick it down. And I had to do this in 2 separate sections. Now, I don't know if you could tell, but like the paper has like these dried flowers in it. And it's real dried flowers, you guys. It's paper that's made in like Japan, and it's so cool. And it comes in different colors, and all the papers have different stuff inside of them, and I just can't explain it. You just have to see it for yourself, and I'm trying to show you here. I am going to do more projects with this paper, so this should last me a while because you get quite a bit. And then what I did is I took a piece of the ripped fabric that I got from Dollar Tree, and I just put it in like a little knot around my bunny's neck, and then I just glued it down. Next, I'm going to take some more ribbon that I just tore apart strips, and I'm going to stick it in my Bodabra, and I'm just going to keep folding it over, and we're going to make a rag bow. And I just keep doing that with all the different Dollar Tree fabric and whatever fabric I had in my stash. I have tons of fabric, so I thought this would be really cool. I'm trying to make a rustic farmhouse bunny, so because that's what I like. So I just kept doing that with the ribbon, and the some of it's ribbon, some of it's lace ribbon, and some of it's just fabric. And I just kept going over and over and over again. and I just kept flipping it over, you know, really simple. I mean, it's better if you just watch and me not explain it, because I'm probably not explaining it very well. And I just kept going. And then I have underneath the twine, which I am going to tie it in a really tight knot. And I just tie it twice in my Bodabra. And once I get it all tied in a knot, then I'm just going to trim the excess jute twine, and also trim any ribbon and fabric that's sticking out too much. And I just trim it up so it's all kind of even. And look at how cute that is. I love the rag bows. So now I'm going to use some Distress Oxide that you could get in the stamping part at any craft store. This is by Tim Holtz, and I'm just going to use my little sponge brush, but you could use a paintbrush if you don't have one of these applicators, and you just go around the edges. But see how it looks fuzzy on the edges? That's for me tearing it with the water and just tearing it. It just comes out looking like that. And I thought it gave a really nice texture and really nice look to the bunny, so that's why I left it and did it this way. Then what I did is I took some more of the Distress Oxide. This is a different color. It's called Lipstick, Worn Lipstick. And I did the bunny ears and the inside of his ears with the little applicator. But like I said, if you don't have these applicators with the stamping pads, then you could just use a brush, a stencil brush. Then I glued down my little rag bow that I made. Then these carrots that I found, and I only found one package of these, you guys. I don't even see them anymore. I don't know if it was an accident that I ran into them at the Dollar Tree, but I like them because they're really rustic and they're not super green. And I'm super green. I mean, super orangey, like that bright orange. They're kind of like a rustic orange. So I took the greenery off on the top of the carrots because I didn't like it. And I just used one of my picks and added my own and glued it to the top of the carrots. Then I'm taking this burlap bag that I already had torn apart for a previous project, and I just cut a piece off, and we're just going to make a little pocket for the bunny to put his carrots in. And I'm just like gluing around the edges, and then I'll leave the top part open to put my carrots in. And we're going to glue that onto the bunny's body. And I just like made sure that, you know, I didn't leave no rough edges, but although this is rustic, you could. And just going to stick my carrots in there. And this comes out super cute. I absolutely love this paper. I'm so happy I found this paper because there's so many ideas I have with it. Then what I did is I took some of my stamping letters that I had. I've had these for a while, and on a piece of scrap fabric, I'm just stamping the word carrots, and I'm going to glue that on top of my burlap bag. And that's just going to give it more of a little rustic touch to it. And I think these turned super cute. I absolutely love how this turned out. I am going to be selling this at my craft show coming up this weekend, so I'm super excited about that. And I did make a couple of these, so, because I made sure I grabbed a lot of these at Hobby Lobby because I like these bunnies. And then I'm going to take some more scrap ribbon and fabric, and I made it a little bit shorter, and I'm just going to give him my bunny a little bow on the top by its ears. And I'm going to finish that off with a little button in the center. And I just did the same thing that I did with the little rag bow that I made for his neck. Now I'm going to do the same thing, only this is going to be a little bow for his little ears or her little ears. And I just trimmed off excess if it was too long. And I love making these rag bows. I think they're just so super cute. So rustic and farmhouse. And then I just glued that on. And then, like I said, I just took some buttons and I stuck them down in the center of my little bows. And this one I did a little burlap flower that I purchased a long time ago. It was just in my stash. And that's it for this bunny. Let me know what you think. I think this one is my favorite. I absolutely fell in love with it. But today is all about under $5. And I told you our host and co-host are Farm Heart Charm Chic, Crafty Cove, and our guest host is Designs by Gladys. There's also a playlist, and I will have all those links down below in the description box. Make sure you go check everyone out. So I got this wooden fence from my thrift store. Also, I'm going to use those Dollar Tree little butt bunnies, and also some picks that I had in my stash. I'm going to use the black chalk paint and the white chalk paint by Waverly. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint my fence white, and that's with the white chalk paint. And once I get that painted, then I'm going to do my welcome metal sign, which I already had these in my stash from last year, so I didn't even have to buy any this year because I had so many left over. And I just did the welcome sign in black. And now I'm going to take this burlap ribbon that I've had like forever, and this ribbon has lasted me forever, you guys. And it's in my Amazon shop. You guys could check it out, but I absolutely love this ribbon. You get lots of strips of it really cheap on Amazon, and it's so decorative, and it comes in so handy for these types of crafts. And what I did is I put a strip of it on the bottom of the fence, and then I also did a strip of it on the top of the fence. And like I said, I had this ribbon for a while, but they do still sell it on Amazon because I did check, and I really need to get more. And then I did it on the top, and then I just cut the excess off and glued down whatever, I could glue down onto the sides. Then I'm going to take my welcome sign and metal sign, and I'm just going to glue that down to the top part of my fence where the burlap is. And the metal will stick better to the fabric burlap without coming off, which I like that too. Then I took the butt bunny and I just clipped off the little stick that's on it, and I just taking my little carrot pick that I have had for such a long time. I don't even know if they still carry these. They might, though, at Hobby Lobby or any of the craft stores, and their stuff's on sale right now. So, and I think I did see them at Hobby Lobby. And then I just stuck in one of these little green picks that I had in my stash just to make it a little bit more full. And I'm just sticking it down in there underneath the burlap a little bit between the crack of the fence. And I'm just putting a little bit of hot glue and gluing it down. Now these fences, I know you can find them at a lot of different stores too. But this I happened to get at the thrift store. And then what I did is I took some Spanish moss and I put it down at the bottom, just a little bit of it, just so my bunny can set on top of that to look like, he's coming out in the ground, in the grass and all that neat stuff. And I just glued him down on there with a whole lot of glue to make sure he stays put. But this sign came out super cute as well. I just love it. But let me know what you guys think of this one too. And next, we're going to move on to DIY number 3. Now, this one is super easy. I took one of these bunny rounds from the Dollar Tree wood cutouts, and then that was a napkin ring that you could get at Hobby Lobby. They're really cheap. And I got those. I got one of those from there. And first thing I'm doing is I'm going to put some antique wax on my egg. And then I'm going to take this light blue. Now this light blue, I didn't like it. It was too light. So what I did, and it didn't match the bunny ears that I had. So what I did is I just did it with the light blue, let it dry. And then I went in with a little bit of a deeper blue. Not deeper, but a little bit darker of a blue, more of an Easter egg color. And then I just went over the top of it with this color. And I think this was French Belle or something like that. And then I did a really hard, really good sanding all the way around the whole thing because I wanted this to look really rustic and farmhouse. So I did a lot of sanding around this whole egg till I got it the way I wanted it. And then what I did is I took that napkin ring and I cut out the bunny ears, and then I just kind of glued down where they were because they do come undone when you cut them off of the ring. So I just glue them down because I like that look of the ears kind of bending forward, and with them glued at the bottom, that's what kind of gives it that effect. So that's what I did. I just re-glued them, and then I'm going to stick them on my little egg. And this turned out so cute. And this barely costed anything. I mean, it's just, the $1.25 for the Easter egg. The napkin ring was cheaper than the $1.25 egg because it's 40% off of them right now. And they have a whole bunch of these rings, and I've been using them for a lot of projects. And then I had these little feet left over from a sign that I ripped apart, an Easter Bunny sign. So save your stuff because you never know, you might use them for another project. And I just glued those down the bottom, and then I'm just hand freeing the face of my bunny. So don't make fun of me because I'm not a good drawer. But I just used my marker, my acrylic marker, and I have these in my Amazon shop as well. And then I just made like a little upside down triangle for the nose, and then I just brought a line straight down and then kind of did a little loop on each side. And then I did the little whiskers with my Sharpie because it was a little bit thinner. And there's his face. And then I just took the bottom of one of my paintbrushes and I made his paws a little bit cuter and just dabbed a little bit of white chalk paint in the 3 little sections there of his feet. And I thought this was so cute. It just added a little extra something to it and made it look even more cute. And then I just took a couple of the Tumblr tiling blocks, and to help him stand upright, I just glued some of the wood super glue from Dollar Tree and some hot glue. And there you go. And that's all there was to this one. Now DIY number 4. This one is super easy as well. I took some of the 3 blocks from the Dollar Tree. Some of these letters from the Dollar Tree, the wooden ones, some paint, and then one of those, I had in my stash one of these eggs, wooden eggs, from I don't even know how long I've had these eggs for. But I got them a long time ago, I believe, at Michael's. But what I did, and I think they have them this year because I seen them in their dollar section in the front of the store. But I painted it with the pink, and then I'm taking some of the scrapbook paper, which I've had in my stash forever, and I just, traced out the squares on the block, and then I made different ones for each side of my block. So I had 6 different ones, and then I did one on each one of my blocks, and I just cut them out, and then I just Mod Podged them on my block with Mod Podge. And then once I got those all glued on, I just took the H, and then for the O, I used the little egg, and then the P for the other part, for the end of hop, obviously. And then you could stack these on top of each other. You could just lay them up next to each other. But these are great for tier trays. They're also great for just putting out on your shelves, whatever you want to do with them. But I think these look super cute. I love using the blocks from the Dollar Tree. And this was really a super simple DIY, you guys. And now the last one is DIY number 5. This one was also super easy. I took one of these shadow box, I guess you could call it, from the Dollar Tree. I've had this in my stash forever too. Some of this confetti that I got from Pop Shelf. I don't know if you guys have them near you, but they do sell, that stuff other places too. The confetti, I believe Walmart has it too, and the craft stores. And then what I did is I took some of that scrapbook paper that we've been using, and I just scrapbooked the back part of the picture frame that I'm using with the paper. And then I'm going to use one of my Chalk Couture stencils. I'm a Chalk Couture designer. I'm fuzzing it first to make sure that it doesn't stick a real lot. And even though I fuzzed it, it did stick quite a bit. You'll see in a minute. But I just put that down on top of the window portion of the glass of the shadow box. And then I'm just going to use my white chalk paste for the lettering. And then I'm going to do each bunny in a different color. The first one was a pink color. I think it was peony, and the second one was a sunlight, I believe it's called, color. It was a yellow. Super, super pretty colors. And I use my little squeegee these are screen stencils, and you just wash them, and you can reuse them over and over again. And I love the crisp image that you get from them. If you're interested in Chalk Couture, I will have the link down below. You could become a Chalk Couture designer now. They have bargains now to become a designer. They don't charge a lot. And you get stencils every month too. The monthly stencil you'll get. And you also could, if you didn't want to be a Chalk Couture designer, you can just purchase things if you like. And, but if you're a designer, you do get a 40% discount. So, and then what I did is I took some of the confetti, and I'm just pouring it in there now once I put my glass back inside. And then I took some of these wooden eggs that I also decided to color and put a couple bigger ones in there. And now I'm just going to glue down my backing again into my little shadow box. And that's it. It just turned out so cute. I love it. This was so easy to do, you guys. And then I just did a little messy bow. And then I put a little wooden bunny in the center that I painted pink. And that's it, you guys. So I hope you guys like it. Let me know if you have any questions. And also, don't forget to check everyone out. And I want to thank you guys for watching. And don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you. And as always, remember, stay crafty. Bye.